We gather at this time of year to recall with gratitude those who have passed away and whose memory is dear to us. We remember family, friends, staff members, and students who have been part of our school community. While we may have sadness in our hearts that they are no longer with us, we trust that we can hand our dear ones over to the eternal Father in whose loving presence they will live forever.
And as a Catholic, proud Dominican school, in the month of November, we remember our loved ones who have died. And we now invite our Secretary, Michelle, to light the school candle, which will burn each day for those we love. And in a special way, we remember the millions of people who have died due to COVID throughout our world. Miss Green has put up a memorial wall in the front where we can write the names of those who we love and those who we care for.
Thank you very much, Sister Liz, for that lovely reflection. And before the end of the assembly, we'll be able to get a picture of the candle where it's lit, and just remembering all of those who have passed. And later on in the month, we will do like we did last year and plant, as everyone in the school community will be invited to plant a spring bulb in memory of someone who has passed, and kind of to celebrate what the spring brings and all that new life when the flowers come up. Okay. Before we move on, and we're going to introduce our school leaders to you and just have a short reflection about kind of thoughts for the year ahead. We have to just remind everybody again about the stay safe guidelines for managing COVID in St. Dominic's. And I know you're probably blue in the face of hearing these things, but it is all about repetition and keep on reminding everyone about how we can stay safe. So please just to bear in mind that the 5 guidelines there, and maybe the tutors can go over them again with students after the assembly. But please, girls, it is vitally important that you wear your mask at all times while you're in school, inside the school building. And I know I'm like a broken record, Liz, and some of your teachers as well, to please wear your mask everywhere that you are inside the school buildings, including the toilets, including your base classrooms, including the corridors. If they slip down, put them back up. Okay, the only time a mask should be off when inside a school, when inside the school building is eating, and that is the particularly risky time. Okay, so that is why we insist that if you're eating indoors or drinking indoors, you can only do it in your base class, your base table. Okay, because they are the times where there is a risk while masks are off and you're not 2 meters from your peers, and we need to know exactly who has been in contact with who. Okay, so that is why we are so pedantic about the only time you can eat or drink is in your base classroom at lunchtime. Try and do our very, very best and show personal responsibility so that we keep our schools safe. We've done brilliantly. And the reason we've done it is because everyone has entered into these arrangements so well and has been so positive. So please, please, please keep up the effort. Okay, continue to wash and sanitize your hands. Everyone is doing that brilliantly. I can assure you all the sanitizer in our dispensers is perfect, and it's on the government's proper procurement list. You would have heard how over the midterm break there was all this saga about sanitizer. So our sanitizer is fine. The wipes that you have for wiping down your desks are fine. Your chair is fine. Okay, so please keep up those good habits, and I want to give you lots of praise because many teachers are commenting about how well you have done in that area and the good routines that have been established. So please keep that up. And as I said, keep your social distance. I know it's very hard, but please try your very best. And we all make mistakes from time to time. That's okay. We forget. That's okay. But please, 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 you must be as far apart from your friends as possible. Okay. Please, as we said, no mixing in the school building. I do not want to see first years where sixth years should be. I do not want to see sixth years where first years should be. Okay, there's a reason you are separated out, and it is so that we can have this proper contact tracing in the event that we had a case in St. Dominic's College. So please, we're not doing it to be annoying. We're not doing it to just be difficult. We're doing it for a very good reason, to try and keep everybody safe, the teachers safe, the students safe, the other staff that work in the school, the SNAs, Michelle, Kathy, Philip. Everyone is very, very important and precious, and every life is precious. And so we are trying to keep everyone as safe as we possibly can. Okay, so please, I ask for your cooperation, your continued cooperation. And I do want to praise you, and I hope you hear that today. This is not giving out. This is a reminder to continue with the good work. Keep up the effort. Hang on in there. There's 5 weeks to go until the Christmas exams, and then we'll be getting another break. Okay, so just try and go through, try and think of that, and let it motivate you so that we don't have interruptions and disruptions between now and Christmas. Okay, moving on, I want to introduce you our student leaders for 2020-21. So I'm going to hand you over now to Emily and to Megan. They're going to address you. Okay.
Good morning, everyone. We would like to finally properly introduce ourselves. My name is Emily Daniel and I'm the head girl.
And my name is Megan Kavanagh-Bourne and I am deputy head girl.
We understand that this school year feels very unusual, but together as a school we are doing extremely well to keep each and every one of us safe. We would like to remind you that the school is here to support you. Please be appreciative of teacher and non-teaching staff as we are all in this together.
Look out for each other, and if somebody needs any support, help them. The school has many opportunities, and take one as it is thrown at you. Work hard this year and be the best you can be. We encourage anyone who is struggling to talk to a friend, a mentor, a prefect, a student leader, or any member of staff. We are all in this together. This won't last forever. There is a light at the end of the tunnel, and everything will work out in the end.
Thank you, girls. Okay, and I hope you listen to their message, girls, about working hard, but being not being afraid to ask for help. So if you are struggling, and everyone there's particular anxieties and challenges at the moment, and so please do listen to the girls there and ask for help when it's needed. Okay, I want to talk to you a little bit, as I do at the start of every school year. Okay, and it's not going to be talking for long, but I think it's important that we mark this year as a very different year. Okay, the new year for any school, new year always marks a fresh start for our whole school community. But this year there are undoubted additional challenges and obstacles to overcome. We are experiencing a moment of history that is beyond our control and out of our hands, and that's very difficult. However, how we respond is in our hands, and we do have some control over that. And I'd like to say how incredibly proud I am of everyone in St. Dominic's College and how everyone has responded to the challenges of late. We have all adapted, we have all been creative, and we have all been innovative. And I want to thank you for that and encourage you to continue to have that same positive attitude. Instead of focusing on what is different, though, let us think about what has stayed the same. The new school year signals new beginnings for our first years, and they started the year with great success and a great attitude and have settled in brilliantly well. So well done to the first years. There are new opportunities for our transition years who are not getting the same transition year experience as other years might have got. However, I know Miss Sweeney and Mr. Tracy have really worked hard to try and make sure this year will be as successful as any other transition year. And I know there are lots of exciting new opportunities coming down the line for you. There are new challenges for our second years, third years, our fifth years and sixth years. And I know you'll be focusing on your studies and preparing for the state exams at the end of the year and in the years to come. So in the midst of all the adversity that has been presented by COVID-19, who we are as a school community has very much stayed the same. We have been caring, we have been compassionate, we have made great efforts to stay connected and look after each other's well-being, even though we are physically apart. And we continue to rise to the challenges and overcome. And that is because of the Dominican spirit that is within all of us. And that has been part of our great school. I will be leaving St. Dominic soon to go on maternity leave, and I would like to thank everyone for the unwavering support and generosity of spirit that has been extended to myself and to Sister Liz as school leaders this year. In our school, there is always a willingness to say yes, to make things happen, and to keep providing solutions to new ways of working so that we can keep providing the holistic education we are so proud to offer to the young people of Ballyfermot. I would like to thank Sister Liz for her support and her partnership this year, and I wish her and Miss Pender, who will be the new senior leadership team for the rest of the school year, every success and good wish. And I know the school will be kept right on track in my absence. I know they will be supported by the school community, our students, the staff, the parents, and I know that we will be celebrating another wonderful year of St. Dominic's College in June. Okay, so just a few words then to share with you as students, and things I want you to think about for the rest of the school year, okay? When you're in school, you're all developing and maturing as individuals, you're learning new things and you're seeking out new truths. And remember the motto of our school, Veritas, is that truth, and it's about that search for truth, okay? You have many choices to make as students. What kind of person do you want to be? What kind of values do you want to prioritize? And when I think of a typical St. Dominic student, I am reminded of students who are keen to learn, who demonstrate integrity in the choices they make and show honesty in the language that they use. And in a difficult world nowadays, with all the challenges that were presented, with the political upheaval, a crisis, you could say, of leadership, it is hard to navigate making good choices and living a good life. It's hard to be inspired to do it. However, I want you to remember you are a Dominican student. You are part of a great history, a legacy of morally and ethically educated and opinionated young women who have the power and confidence to go and effect positive change in the world. So in these challenging times, I encourage you all to be the lighthouse. Let your light shine. Be responsible, be selfless. Protect those who you care about by staying apart and yet stay connected in other ways. Be resourceful, find solutions where there are problems. Be compassionate and think often of those who are not so fortunate or who are suffering more than you. Be grateful. Your education is a privilege and a joyous time. Respect those who are offering their knowledge and gifts to you and return your own unique gifts and talents and contributions to them. I want you to be hopeful and I want you to look for the light in the darkness. Okay. So thank you very much for listening. And I'm going to ask Emily now and Megan. We're going to do a little reflection on the lighthouse, okay? And they're going to read a prayer. Megan's going to read a poem about the lighthouse and Emily's going to read a prayer about hope in darkness.
The lighthouse. Borning upon some hidden shore across the sea one night, a little reef, the captain said, we saw a shining light. He said there was a lighthouse there, where, lonely in the sea, men lived to guard that moving light and trim the lamp for me, for him, for every ship that passes by that way. I thought it must be strange and quiet to be there every day. They have no shops, they have no fields, no streets, no whispering sounds of trees, but always shouting at their feet the great voice of the seas. And when we sleep at night, they wake, and over every wave, they send that straight, strong arm of light stretched like a rope to save.
The light that shines in the darkness, a poem about hope. There's a light that shines in the darkness. There's a destiny awaiting at the end of the road. There's meaning in the middle of this emptiness. There's a reason you've been asked to carry this heavy load. Lessons are taught when we reach out, farther than we thought we'd ever dare. Faith abounds when we comfort our deepest doubts, enduring more than we dreamed we could ever bear. There's a dawn waiting at the edge of every midnight. There's a seed planted with every fallen leaf. With every wrong, there's a chance to make it right. With every hour of suffering, there's an eternity of relief. Our darkest moments give us the opportunity for seasons of our greatest growth. Every day we work towards continuity of acceptance and persistent hope. And there's a light that shines in the darkness. There's a star that guides the way. There's a gate that opens to forgiveness. There's a shepherd who saves those who have gone astray.
Thanks, girls. And I just, the footage there, girls, was of the Fastnet Lighthouse, which is the most southern tip. It's in the Atlantic Ocean, but it's the most southern tip of Ireland. So it's as far south as you can get. So very far away. But again, that lighthouse has stood there for many, many years, protecting sailors at sea coming into our shores and into the safe harbour of our lands. Okay. Sister Liz, would you like to say anything?
Yeah. Yes, please, Ms. Green. First of all, I want to thank everybody for the welcome and for your constant commitment to the school, both the staff and the students. And I really think it's a wonderful achievement that we have got this far and there has been no transmission of COVID within our school. And I heard someone saying yesterday that we have two assets in school that are very important, our students and our staff. And I want to say thank you to both of them. I want to say a big thank you, and I think we all need to say a big thank you and a good luck to Miss Green, who during the summer and during the midterm break put in endless hours to make sure that our school was safe. She's been outstanding and exceptional leader in a time that has been extremely difficult. So my final word is that we wish you well, Miss Green, when you eventually go on maternity leave. Don't go too soon, please. And we wish you and your husband and your two children in the future every happiness and blessing. But on behalf of the Dominican Sisters, behalf of the school staff, the students and the Board of Management, I publicly want to say thank you for all that you have